Hello everyone. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment saying where you're from and when you watched. That way, YouTube will continue to show you stories like this. Now, let's get started. We rushed straight into the dark alley between two ancient trees, leaving behind a sea of red lanterns screaming like 100 voices combined. The path was so narrow that only one person could walk. The branches and leaves scratched our skin painfully. But the group did not dare to stop. I was in the lead. The dim flashlight light reflected on the moss patches like distorted faces. The sound of footsteps echoed in the terrifying silence. Mia held my hand tightly, her eyes filled with tears. Daniel followed right behind and kept turning his head back. And Ethan tried to record while walking, but the camera made an unusual buzzing sound, as if someone was whispering right into the lens. After walking a while, I saw the ground change color. The damp black soil turned into a thick carpet of dry leaves. The footsteps were crisp, but what made my hair stand on end was the sound was out of rhythm. Every step we took was another step that sounded half a beat later, as if someone was walking right behind. I turned my head to look behind me. There were still only Daniel and Ethan. No one else. I turned back and was stunned. On dozens of old and new footprints appeared on the dry leaf carpet, some as small as children's, some unusually large and long, all pointing deep into the road ahead. The whispering sounded again, this time clearer, male and female voices, old and young, repeating incomprehensible phrases, but one sentence rang out most clearly: revenge stories. Mia burst into tears, saying that they wanted us to tell it for them. Ethan stiffened. He panned the camera to the ground. On the screen appeared blurry figures kneeling, as if crawling along the footprints. I shouted to turn it off, but he held on tight. His eyes panicked. Suddenly, a thick fog rushed in. We were covered in opaque white. Visibility was less than a meter. Strange footsteps rushed in like a crowd of people surrounding us. I clearly felt every breath blowing against the back of my neck. Daniel swung the flashlight around. The light swept across a tall and thin figure standing motionless in the middle of the road. Bright blue eyes in the fog stared at us. The figure raised its hand slowly, fingers pointing straight ahead where the pale yellow light had just flashed. We didn't know if it was an exit or another trap, but behind the whispers turned into a roar that made the ground shake. I knew for sure if we didn't continue, we would be swallowed right there. I grabbed Mia's hand tightly, shouted to the group that there was no other choice, and we rushed towards the yellow light, like running into the belly of a giant monster, where an even deeper secret was waiting to be revealed in the next episode.